Are you a fan of VR horror? How about Resident Evil? Well, this new horror title is going to scratch both of those itches for you. It's really kind of a dream come true for guys like me, and I'm going to tell you why. Wanted Dev Studio announced back in December of 21 that they were working on Propagation Paradise Hotel, a new thrilling survivor horror, which for me was the one of the very few things that I thought was interesting in the meta showcase. Now, I was skeptical because from what I knew, all they had done was a free wave shooter, but that little title was lauded by content creators as a really great title, so I was more than interested in what this title would be like. Honestly, I didn't expect much. I've been so disappointed by VR games lately. Retribution. But this game, holy moly, it is legit. So you start out in a storeroom of the hotel kitchen and you see a picture of you and your twin sister Ashley. Now, I was instantly very impressed with how sharp and crisp the graphics were. They reminded me so much of the old Resident Evil 2D pre-rendered backgrounds, just in style and lighting, only of course much higher resolution and in 3D. I couldn't interact with a can of beans, but you know, no. Beans! Oh, I can't grab the beans. That's okay. If Resident Evil can do it, these guys can do it too, right? The first human character you meet is this guy named Owen, or as I like to call him, Dollar Store Chuck Norris. Is this Chuck Norris?
Owen, is everything okay?
Oh, it's Owen.
No, it's not, Emily. Not at all. That was our last jar.
What was
No
that?
more peanut butter.
Oh, it's peanut butter. I
How
thought it
will
was
we ever
urine.
survive?
And I was actually pretty impressed with the detail of the character model and how good the mouth sync was with the dialogue. And oh, can we talk about the dialogue? It's great. It's super cheesy and it's delivered pretty much just like the old school Resident Evil games.
Here, take this.
Barry.
At least you'll be able to carry stuff and have your hands free.
Like a lockpick. That was very lockpick-esque. Also was instantly struck with the music and how it was also channeling that vibe of the old Resident Evil music. Music is very Resident Evil. I'm really liking this already, just for the vibe it's given me. The game was really giving me just these wonderful, warm and tingly feelings, and yeah, I was already in love and I hadn't even started it. The whole hotel feels like the OG Spencer Mansion in Resident Evil, which really strikes you when you walk out into the lobby. I can't really write so far, man. I'm just like, oh my God, look at this. It just screams May Hall of Spencer Mansion. The atmosphere is added to with great touches like looking up in the lobby and seeing rain hit the huge glass ceiling and the lightning lighting up the hotel. It's just masterfully done. That's great. With the raindrops and the lightning. Yeah, I love it. Obviously, you have hallways in disarray filled with blockades and luggage and bodies. Lots of bodies, zombies and workers, and I'm assuming customers of the hotel. Those zombie models are just fantastic. These zombies look really good, actually. They aren't quite like Resident Evil 2 remake style zombies or at that level, but they're definitely high quality and very creepy, and their animations are really well done. Oh my God, what? Ah! Oh, fuck. There's another thing that they have done to really sell the atmosphere. The zombies littering the halls. This game does such an amazing job at building tension. It isn't huge on combat or anything at the beginning, but that's good because you don't have a weapon. Stupid dollar store Chuck Norris keeps it for himself.
Give me the gun back.
No!
I'll put it away.
I want to keep it. Please? It's mine now.
It's safer if I keep it.
It won't let me shoot. And then to make matters worse, he makes you, the no weapon having protagonist, walk in front of him. Oh my God, this thing is nasty. You have your gun ready? I don't want to walk by this son of a bitch. I just don't feel like I should not have a gun or have the person behind me with a gun. This makes no sense to me at all, dude. Oh, not cool. But the psychological horror that is created when you have to walk through those hallways full of scary ass corpses that could pop up and eat your face at any minute is just fantastic. The flies are great. The suspense is killer in this game, man. The primal fear you have when you have to walk up into a completely dark room. We're going this. Oh, it's so dark in here. Dude, get that guy's light.
It's dark in here.
Or trying to get this light from this guy. Can I pull the hand down? I don't want it. Okay. It's just masterfully done. I'm going to say that a lot. I apologize, but I just really appreciate when game devs do this, because then when you do get attacked, am I supposed to go first? Okay.
I'm waiting.
Jesus God! I'm gonna get the fucking party! Oh shit!
Are you okay?
It scares the living bejesus out of you. So eventually you do end up getting a weapon, and it feels really good to use. The one little complaint that I would have about the gun, with the Rift S at least, is that it feels like I have to tilt the barrel down just a bit, so I'm not holding my wrist straight out, but kind of cocked down. Oh, okay. Nice. Gun feels actually surprisingly good. But I'm sure that could be fixed with a hot fix. The recoil, the sound effects are really well done, which brings me to interactions in the game. Now, as I said before, there aren't a lot of objects in the environment that you can interact with. That's fun. Service. But the ones that you can are super good. From the flashlight that you can either wave around with your hand or just clip to your breast pocket.
Biggity Van said, is your flashlight strapped to your chest Walking Dead style?
Oh, it is right now, yeah. You can take it off and, you know, like that, but it works really slick. Or the healing spray can, the gun placement on your belt, and bringing up your inventory and going through all your items and your journal and your map. All of these things work flawlessly, and I never once found myself constantly struggling to have to grab the right thing or fighting with the UI. Everything just works. It's really intuitive. I don't have to sit here and struggle to figure out how things are working. They have done some really interesting things as well with your items. Like, instead of having to find herbs, you have this one spray can that you fill with refills of antiseptic that are spread all over the place. And to refill the spray can, all you do is just hold the can, and then you grab the refill from your waist pouch and you place it on top of the spray can, and it's full. Same with the batteries you find scattered about. Hold the flashlight, grab a battery from your pouch, and place it on the flashlight, and it's done. The flashlight, by the way, with the batteries, kind of gives me that Outlast vibe, where you're always constantly afraid that it's going to run out and you won't be able to see. And the batteries, they are not Energizer for sure. These are terrible batteries, by the way. One thing about the objects you do interact with is they have added very deliberate animations to all the interactions, like sliding the car and the readers. Aha, okay. Or using keys or using the screwdriver to unscrew bolts. Even a bolt cutter that actually works like it should. Nice, you actually have to use them. That's great! Why couldn't we have done that in Resident Evil Village? There's literally zero VR jank that we're used to from not only indie studios, but even AAA VR games. Everything you are to interact with just feels supernatural, and I appreciate the effort that it takes to add that kind of thing so much. I love the map. It's another thing that feels just so much like a Resident Evil game. All the old rooms that don't show up until you reach them, the locked and unlocked doors, the items, it's all there. Plus you can use it in real time, so if there's a bit of a confusing area, you can just hold it while you're walking and it shows where you're going. The inventory is also very well done. You just press the X button, it pops up, and you can see all of your stuff right there. You can grab it from the inventory and use it. Of course, there are notes and diagrams scattered throughout the hotel telling you the story and giving you clues as you would expect. A group quickly assembled to leave the hotel, armed with knives and other kitchen utensils. Shortly after they left, we heard screams, and I decided taking a spoon was not a good idea. One thing I haven't noticed at all, though, that's like Resident Evil, is that this game doesn't seem to have inventory management. I've never ran out of space for anything. And I'm at a point where I'm halfway through the game. So that's okay though, because you don't have to spend so much time backtracking to get items that you don't have room for, and unless you want to do the save. It does have the old tried and true save points. Unlike typewriters though, you use these books, which once again is a really snappy little interface, and it's enough like Resident Evil that I personally really appreciate it. There are, of course, Resident Evil style puzzles scattered throughout the game as well. None of them I've ran into are super rage quit inducing hard. There's one involving a baseball theme and finding numbers for a keypad that's a little bit more difficult, but you should be able to figure it out just fine. Is this game scary? Oh, hell yes. We've already talked about the tension created by the atmosphere, but the jump scares are also amazing. From the very first zombie that attacked me, Jesus God! I didn't get to fucking fighting me! There are times when you find yourself not expecting anything.
Giddy said, in your opinion, which game should I get? This one or Vertigo 2?
Well, it depends on what you want. They're both excellent. I can't say one's better than the other. If you want good, great survival horror like Resident Evil clone, this is... To the times where you get double teamed when you think that you only have one zombie to deal with. Get off of me, bitch! I'm stuck! Jesus God! It's just really great, and I found myself always being on some level of alert in this game. This is the type of horror I really love. So, from playing the first half of this game, there doesn't seem to be a big variety of enemies or anything. I've only ran into one other besides the zombies, which was pretty freaking terrifying. Ooh! Oh shit! Oh no! Oh! What the fuck is this thing? But I also haven't been in the next half of the game yet, so that may change. Either way, it's okay because this is not a super long game. If I did star ratings, this would be the only thing that would keep this game from getting a full 10 out of 10 stars members. For me at least. Apparently it's around 3 to 4 hours long. Now, I'm playing it, so it's probably going to be more like 5 to 6 hours, but I have a feeling that I'm going to be left wanting way more from this once this game is over. I mean, you do have some replay with playing on harder difficulties and trying to speed run it. This is where I'm going to make a plea to all of you. Play and promote the hell out of this game, so we can get more from Wanna Dev Studios. We have been in such a drought for content of this quality and polish for so long, but I will say 2023 is shaping up to be a great year for VR thus far, and surprisingly for PCVR. We've had Vertigo 2, Breachers, and now this game. But I'm going to leave this here. If you found this review helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and ring that little bell too. And please go out and buy this game. Thanks for watching. Dr. Greg out.